Hey, hi everyone, and welcome to today's membership discovery series with the American Public Health Association. My name is Maya Lloyd, and I'm the Student Career Program Manager for the Offices of Experiential Learning and Career Services. So today we're going to hear from APHA representatives about the advantages of your free student membership. Student memberships are given for free to master's and doctorate students. If you do have any questions throughout the meeting, the event, you can put those in the chat. We'll also have someone in the chat answering your questions as well. We will also send out a post-event email through Handshake. So this will include an evaluation survey, the recording, and a slide deck of today's events and some important information and resources that you can use. So we'll probably be saying this throughout the event, which is totally fine. But in terms of claiming your membership, so if you are newly enrolled to the school as a master's or doctorate student, so you just started this semester, you will get instructions for claiming your APH membership starting spring 2025. All of those students who have been with us prior to this semester, you should already have access to your membership. But again, we'll give you instructions on how to gain access as well. Okay, so with that, I'll turn it over to our presenters for today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Damon McWilliams. I'm the Director of Membership Services with APHA, and I'm joined by my colleague, Marsha Brome-Wimberly. She's a membership specialist in the department as well. So we just want to thank you all for your interest in APHA. I've been with APHA about 3 years now. Wonderful organization, and I'm just going to give you a quick overview and some of our member benefits, as well as talk a little about our student assembly, which is our largest segment of members, a third of our members actually in APHA, and a few other things. And I'll get started now. So just a quick overview, APHA has been around for over 150 years. We had to celebrate our 150th anniversary about 2 years ago in Boston. And as you can imagine, I should have had the timeline here, but you can imagine everything that had to do with public health in the last 50 years, APHA has touched their hands on everything from food inspectors to seat belts to clean water to Obamacare and everything in between. Right now, we're going through a new strategic plan where we just kind of look at our strategy and how we want to move the organization forward. This is usually a 3-year plan that we work with. Staff has been heavily involved with it, so we're working on that right now. We also do a lot of advocacy work in Congress. Some of the key things that we are working on through this session has been public health infrastructure, always upholding the Affordable Care Act, a lot of things around climate change, gun violence, and of course, reproductive rights. So the fight never ends. So we spend a lot of time on Capitol Hill doing a lot of advocacy things on behalf of public health. 3 initiatives we have each year. We have something called National Public Health Week. It's celebrated through every state around the country, where they do everything from marathons to speaking engagements to webinars, kind of just pushing public health to the masses. We also have something called a Speak for Health campaign and also a Get Ready campaign. The Get Ready campaign, we put out a calendar each year and kind of talk about things you need to do in case of a flu epidemic, another COVID epidemic, or any type of things like that, or just how to stockpile and everything related to getting ready in case a public health disaster hits. Keep me moving. So some of our key dates during the year, like I just mentioned, was National Public Health Week. In June of each year, we have something called a Policy Action Institute, which is held in DC, where we focus more on aspects of advocacy and, like I said, more of our campaigning Capitol Hill. And then next year, we will be celebrating our annual meeting in DC. So next year, you see, there's a lot of things going on in DC. So if you're on the East Coast, we would love to have you. And in a few short weeks, we will be at our annual meeting that date is actually wrong on here. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure where that date came from. It's actually it's the last week in October. They made this wrong. They put next year's dates. Um, I'm sorry about that. Oh, I'm sorry. Here you go. The 2024. I was like, that's wrong. Minneapolis is when we celebrate October 27th to 30th. I'll talk a little bit more about that. But I know it's kind of late, but if you can get to the annual meeting or ever attend an annual meeting, it is a great experience. Um, so that's just a quick overview of APHA and some of our major things we do. Talk about some of our member benefits now. Um, we have award-winning publications. We have a magazine. We actually just stopped the print version of it though, because we're killing too many trees. And the paper is very expensive these days. But we have it online. We still do send out our monthly newspaper, The Nation's Health. Every member receives that as a courtesy in their mailbox every month. We have several publications and books as well in newsletters with the latest news in public health. And all members also receive, I believe, a 20 to 30% discount in all books within our bookstore. 1 second, sorry. What else? So I mentioned the annual meeting. We also have a career mart for job posting. So when it's time for you to start looking for a career, we have several hundred jobs that are available in the public health sector. We have career development opportunities. We also have continuing education programs as well. This is a little more about the career mart. These are some of the benefits, resume critique, salary benefits, career tips. I think the greatest asset is being able to set up is being able to set up a daily digest. So every alert. So every time you receive a job that fits your criteria that you set up, you'll receive an alert of job postings that fit your criteria that you can apply for. We have a library of digital webinars, recordings, and CE offerings. These are things that we put on in the past that if you may have missed, you can always access our APHA Now library that provides a catalog of previous webinars and recordings, and some of them allow you to gain CE credits. And I mentioned the annual meeting earlier. We normally get about 12,000 members at our annual meeting, which is pretty big for an annual meeting. We have about 25,000 members, so almost half the members actually attend the annual meeting. We have over nearly 1,000 sessions, around 500 exhibitors. It's a great event. We even give out professional headshots at the membership booth. It's a great week of events. Some other member benefits, several things, discounts on products, services, but I want to focus on for you particularly, all our members receive free access to Big Interview. Big Interview conducts video mock interviews, resume designs. We even actually added a AI tool now where you can upload your resume and it'll give you critiques on your resume based on AI data. I've used the tool personally. It's very good. It gives you a lot of critiques. You don't necessarily have to take all of them, but it's good to have a different lens, kind of look at your resume. And as you approach graduation in the upcoming years, you'll find out your resume is very important as you enter the workforce. Another one that's kind of relevant to you is Savvy. We have a tool called Savvy, which you receive 30% off as a member. And Savvy helps you reduce your monthly payments when you ever get time to pay back them loans, and they also help you apply for loan forgiveness as well. We also, you are in college, but from time to time we have offers from different organizations, and this is just an example of one where grants are given to attend, either undergrad or post-grad universities. We also have a online professional community, members only, called APHA Lead, which stands, um, which is an acronym, and it has over 200 communities in Lead that you will be a member of. All members go into the members only section, and then others go into the based on your sections, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. And like I said, LEAD is an acronym for Learn, Engage, Advocate, and Develop. We have well over 200 communities. It has a member directory, events calendar. We also have a mentor match tool, which we have a couple hundred mentors if you're looking for a mentor, and about public health, and many more benefits within LEAD. We also introduced a few other initiatives in the last year or two. One is very relevant to you would be the Distinguished Leader Mentoring Series, where we do intimate conversations with pillars within the public health community. And as you see, we've had different people from American Heart Association. We've had past presidents of APHA. We've had the head of YouTube as well. So we've had several very informative speakers that have intimate conversation, allow you to ask questions. We kind of try to cap it off between like 75 members, so questions can still be answered and everything, but that's another benefit we offer to our members. I'm not sure if how many of you have access to Lead right now, so I won't dig into that, but I will provide this PowerPoint for you. So when you are a member, or when you get access, you need to know how to access Lead. It's the same way you would log into your regular member admin tool, using your email address and your password. So like I said, I won't drill into that because I'm not sure how many of you have that yet, but we'll provide this PowerPoint after, so you can always use this as a resource. Going back to sections I mentioned earlier. So when you join APHA, you are joined 2 groups for free. So we have 33 sections, and you can choose 2 of those sections, which I'll show you what they are in a second. And as a student, you already are part of student assembly automatically. So that doesn't count as your 2 sections that you can choose. And then we also have forums and caucuses that you are happy to join. That doesn't count towards your sections either. So as you see, these are the sections. Like I said, you can join 2 of them for free. It runs the gamut of areas within public health. And even if you want to spend an extra $15, you could join a 3rd section as well. So these sections is kind of where you find your tribe, your like-minded people that are interested in the areas that you are. This is where you find your mentors. This is when you go to annual meeting, your people that you go to business meetings with, or network with, or go out for happy hour with. So like I said, this is your tribe. And also when you join and you go into the online community for LEAD, everybody's dumped into the all member group. And then you're joined in, because you're students, you'll be put into the student assembly group. And then you also be put into the 2 groups sections that you join. So you already be part of 4 communities when you first join. These are a couple of the forums. Forums, you don't necessarily have to be a member of APHA to join, but if it's something near and dear to your heart, we have information on that as well on our website about joining a forum or a caucus. As you see, we have a wide range of caucuses as well. And they are very active within the public health sector. And I think it still applies as well. You don't necessarily have to be a member. We have to have a certain amount of members to keep the caucus alive, but you don't necessarily have to be a member. But like I said, if anything, near and dear to your heart within the public health sector and a section doesn't fit, we have the caucuses and forums for you. All right, so as well, like I said, this kind of pertains, I won't drill down to just as much, But if you are a member and you didn't join a section when you first signed up, you can always go back in, log into your profile. You can go into your profile, update your address, your email address, your phone number, and you can also go to the community section. And as you see on the screenshot to the right, where you can choose your two sections. And like I said, for an additional $15, you can choose a third section. So if anyone on here is already a member and you have not joined a section, I implore you to go back into, log in, and add a section. At least one, at the very least, at least have one section. And also remember, you also have student assembly as well that you already would be a member of. And then the student assembly, like I said, student assembly is the largest segment of members within APHA, about 8,000, might be close to 9,000 now. So you can see that's a third of it. And we actually, value our student members very much. We actually have the student assembly chair actually sits on our executive board. So their voice is heard. And it's a lot of benefits, the student assembly to have scholarships to annual meeting available each year. Sometimes they might have scholarships for actual membership, depending on, once you leave school. They also have a national meeting, which is a day before our annual meeting. In the national meeting, they have their own scientific sessions. They have speed mentoring events, lots of activities. And actually, once annual meeting starts, they have a great party each year. Karaoke, free drinks, very cool party, food. This is a little more about the student meeting. It's a full day meeting. I believe it only costs like $20, $30 to attend. They have different panels. It's a great experience for students. And like I mentioned before, there's different scholarships that are available. We also have campus liaisons. So if you're interested in being a liaison, we can give you information on that. And so, yes, a lot of benefits associated with student assembly alone. Like I said, once again, if you're interested in being a student liaison on your campus, we provide a lot of swag items for you to give out and push the name of public health on our behalf for your campus. And like I said, once again, that if you are interested in a leadership position within APHA, Student Assembly has 40 leaders alone. So a lot of our presidents or chairs of APHA, most of them started in Student Assembly as a leader and graduated up the ranks. But like I said, once again, the active Student Assembly executive chair is on our executive board. So they attend our national meetings, all our executive board meetings. So they are a very vital part of the APHA community. And lastly, I will talk to you about our ECP members quickly. Once you graduate APH from your school and you're no longer a student per se, we have a membership category called Early Career Professionals, which is provided for your first 2 years out of school. And you just had to show us proof that, when you graduate and everything, but you receive a discount. It's about $100 off the regular member fee. So this is a good benefit. And ECPs have their own set of benefits as well. They have their own community and lead. They have ECP-centric webinars and special events at the annual meeting. And that's about it. So we have, like I said, a staff of 75 people to assist you for whatever your needs are with APHA. And with that, I will open it up for questions.
Sabrina, go ahead. You have your hand raised.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. I just wanted to ask if the membership is free for students.
Well, a lot of Well, I'll let you answer Maya. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so CUNY SPH provides free student memberships to master's and doctorate students. Okay, so as a SPH student, you do get a free membership. I will say though, if you are newly enrolled in CUNY SPH, so if you just started either as a master's or doctorate student this term, fall term, you'll have access to your free APHA membership by the spring term. So it does take one full academic term for the membership to kick in. For any students that are here today and you've been enrolled with CUNY SPH as a master's or doctorate student, you should already have access to your membership. So if you need assistance with that, please let us know.
Thank you.
Okay, you have another hand raised. You can come off mute. Nkechi, I don't want to mispronounce your name.
That's hi. Thank you. And you didn't
Okay.
mispronounce it. Thank you so much for
Oh, thank you.
Yes, hi. So yes, I am actually a master's student at SPH, and I would really like to know how to join this program. And I heard you tell my other peers that we do have access to join, but how can we go about joining? Like really?
So when did you start your classes with CUNY SPH?
I started in September of this year.
Okay, so you will receive instructions from CUNY on how to access your membership by the start of spring, next spring. Okay, so January. All right, so it does take a full academic year for the free membership to kick in. Okay, if that makes sense.
Yes, it
A full
does.
academic term. I think it's a term. Yeah.
Like, so by the spring, I should be receiving an email. And if I
Yes.
do not receive an email, who do I reach out to, please?
So you can reach out to the Career Services office, and then we'll put you in touch with whoever we need to put you in touch with to check in on that.
Perfect. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, Claudia.
Yes, hi. Thank you for the presentation. My question is, how involved are the student lead roles in terms of the number of hours and if the involvement is higher in some months or is it like the same throughout the year?
Yeah, it depends on the role, but I would say on an average, maybe 1 hour a week. During peak periods leading up maybe the annual meeting, maybe 2 to 3 hours a week, but nothing, and that's like extreme case. They usually, I would say student assembly holds like a month. When you're a leader, they hold like a monthly or sometimes bi-monthly year meeting, because you got to think these are students and it might be exam time or whatever may be going on. So you're working with fellow students, so they know the strain that most people are going through at certain times. So I would say it's very minimum. Like once you rise in the ranks to maybe student assembly chair, it might be a little more commitment because, like I said, then you're on the executive board. So not only do you have to do your student assembly duties, you have to do the executive board duties as well. But even at that point, it's probably still 2 to 3 hours a week max.
So sorry, would that be like 2 or 3 hours in terms of meeting and additionally some hours in doing whatever activities in preparation to the meeting?
Yeah, like so it depends. Like I don't have the thing up right now. So like if you're a communications chair, for instance, within the student assembly, you might have to meet on one monthly meeting, which is an hour. Then you may need to, if your duty is to send out webinar about the upcoming webinars, so you might be responsible for sending out 1 or 2 emails a week about that webinar. So it varies based on the duties and responsibilities. But like I said, it's not, we all know these volunteer members and, people have, jobs, responsibilities, school. So like I said, it's not that much of a time burden, I would say.
All right, thank you so much.
Mhm.
Okay, if you have your hand raised, you can come off mute.
And that is a very excellent point, Maya, that you made about resume. That can go on your resume. Like I said, within the public health space, APHA is well respected, and they know that the time spent in a position within APHA is provides you great exposure and experience. So it's a nice thing to add to your resume. You had another question?
Yes, I do have another question. Thank you so much. So I heard what you say to Maya about the monthly meeting. Question is this. For the monthly meeting, do we have to actually be members to attend? So that would be after spring, or can we just attend without being members of this APHA?
Yeah, I mean, so we have a lot of things. You have to actually be a member to attend certain things. She was talking about more being a member of student assembly. I don't know if you mentioned earlier, I said, when all students become a member of APHA, they are put in what's called a grouping called student assembly. And she was asking about being a leader within student assembly. So I was responding to that as far as her time commitment is being a leader within APA student assembly. But as far as you, yes, most of our benefits are members only. But we do have some access to certain things along our website that you can start taking advantage of our resources without being a member. Some of our articles and our newspaper publications, our latest news, things are available. We also have a LinkedIn page that we provide information on. We have Instagram page, we have Facebook. So it's various ways to start getting information from APHA without being a member necessarily. But we can't let you behind the wall until you're officially a member, though.
Great. Thank you so much for answering. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other questions that we can answer? I will say from my own experience, although it was a few years ago, I attended APHA as a student. I presented during the conference when it was in San Diego, and I was also a maternal and child health section fellow, which is also a great opportunity just to network with those that are in a similar field, right? Get insight on the field and just, make those connections. So it's amazing that CUNY SPH is giving you all this free student membership. So definitely take advantage of as much as you can within the time period that you have the membership. So if you do have questions, again, we'll send you all information after the event. You can also reach out to Career Services so we can put you in touch with either Marcia or Damon to answer any other questions you may have.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you, everyone. Like I said, we are available. We'll provide this slideshow to Maya, and she'll get it out to you all. So if you have any questions after the fact, we have a membership services email address on there as well within the slides, so you can reach out to the staff, and we'll be happy to assist you and point you in the right direction. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
You're
Thank you so much for this information. Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.